Hey everyone, I am TH Pine and welcome to Convoy. What is Convoy, you ask? I like to call it a Rogue-Lite open world survival exploration car combat game. It will release on the 21st of April and this is how it looks like. So it's about to protect your MCV, which is this big car in the middle of the screen. We cannot control the MCV, it will only go in a straight line, but we can control those other two vehicles. The MCV has no weapons either. It has one active ability though, which is an EMP cannon, which can stun an enemy for a short duration. Those two smaller vehicles though, we can control them by right-clicking, and they have guns. And they can shoot, and I'm trying to destroy the opponent, as you can see here. So the game runs in real time, however we have free pause. We can pause the game at any time and give orders, for example, stun this guy. While we do so, I'm trying to focus one of them down, which I succeeded in right here. And now I will actually change the orders a little bit, so there we go. Now we'll try to attempt to kill the other guy and focus him down before he can deal too much damage to my vehicles. You see that red health bar? That's the health, obviously. The blue bar on top of it is the armor bar. The more armor a vehicle has, the less damage it takes. It's a percentage protection, basically. Those red skulls are warning signals. It means there will be walls here, so we probably want to move out of the way. Because if you crash into a wall, your vehicle is getting destroyed. So you want to avoid that if somehow possible, obviously. And yeah, there we go. There's a wall. We move over here. We stun him again to prevent some damage and try to kill him now. So yeah, as I said, the blue bar is an armor, which is a protection. And the red button is health bar. There are weapons which deal health damage, and there are weapons that deal armor damage, so they reduce the armor, and there are weapons that deal armor and health damage. And there we go, we finished the last one off. Mission is complete. We get some fuel and some parts. Parts is the currency in this world, and we get an item, an AID. I forgot what that does, but we can look that up soon. So we go back to the global map. This is the map. So you move over this map basically. The story is your spaceship crashed on this planet, and you're trying to get spare parts to repair it. So that's your four main objectives, is getting those parts. And well, on the map there are those four main objectives, obviously, but a bunch of other side objectives as well, like those and random encounters and camps. We want to go to the nearest camp right now because camps are very useful. So let's go over there. Go to the camp. And in the camp we can do multiple things. First, we can repair our vehicles. Costs parts. Everything costs parts. Our parts are up here. Then we can sell stuff. We could sell our AID, for example, which, what does it do? Advanced Impact Defense, original designed as a parking aid, prevents ramming damage through localized energy fields. That's not too useful. I don't usually like ramming. You can ram when you're next to another car, and you can push it in the other, well, lane, basically, or row, and you deal some damage and you take some damage while ramming, and this prevents or reduces the damage you take while you do that. But I don't think that's too useful, so let's scrap that. We get 15 parts for it, not too much, but anyway. So, what else? We can respec our cars if we have any weapons or something, or upgrades or anything. We can put them in our cars here. We can upgrade the car. For scrap, we could say, for example, we want to increase the range of that. And I'm not going to do that right now, though. And we can take a look at the shop. In the shop, you always can buy fuel. And most of the time you can buy weapons or shields or any upgrades as well. And sometimes you can buy a car. Not in this shop though. So what does he have to offer? A chainsaw, which deals extra damage when ramming. As I said earlier, I don't like ramming too much, so I'm not gonna buy that. A heavy pulse laser, that sounds more interesting. 15 DPS, that's not too bad. And heavy rocket artillery, sweet. That's 12 FPS. Yeah, I guess we go for the pulse laser in that case. So let's buy the pulse laser and return. And now we can equip one of our cars with it. We will actually take the other one though. So we put that weapon out here, put that one, nope, that one in here. And we give the other one 2 weapons. So I gave him the 2 weaker weapons. That's why I gave the other one the rocket launcher. No, what did I buy? Not a rocket launcher. What's it? Pulse laser? Yeah, pulse laser. Okay, let's leave the camp and see what we can do next on this map. So there are 3 factions, the Raiders, the Torvak, and the Privateers. They're colored on the map, so you see here's Torvak area and stuff like that. Yeah, but that's not, well, it's kind of interesting for the story and for your main objectives, but it's not too important for the main mechanics of the game, which is basically you drive around on this map and you find random events or those signals lying around, or you do your main and side objectives, obviously. So the signal appears to be an emergency signal. It seems to be crudely edited, as the change of pitch and volume between the different words is quite apparent. Raiders are probably using the signal to ambush travelers. Ambush them ourselves. Okay, let's do that. You prepare an ambush and wait. The raiders are approaching. Surprise! You catch the raiders completely by surprise and manage to completely wipe them out. Oh, that's lucky. Before they have a chance to retaliate. You find some loot in Rex, 13 fuel, 41 parts, and medium plasma blaster. So this is one of those events I had earlier already. Most of the time it actually results in killing one of the radar cars and then getting into combat with them, which results in an easy fight. This time we completely wiped them and got stuff. So great, even better. So yeah, these events are obviously randomized. There we go, there's another random event. We're getting attacked. We could try to charge away, but that will cost us extra fuel. Instead we're gonna fight. We could not equip our weapon yet because we could not get to another camp. Okay, we're going for this one first. And we're gonna stun this one. Actually, let's save the stun. Because sometimes you can use the stun to get enemies in walls or obstacles. That was a ramming command. I misclicked for a second there. It doesn't seem like there are any obstacles right now, so let's just stun him to prevent some damage. Oh, this new weapon deals damage, that's good. I like that. Bam, first one down. They did not take the path I wanted them to do, to take. That was a little weird, I looked like a bug, not sure. They should not be able to drive through each other. So anyway, stun him. Yeah, I'm dealing pretty decent damage here. This new weapon is worthwhile. There is an obstacle, but he will not drive in there, so that's not important at all. So we will just stun him again to prevent more damage. There we go. Get custom. Yeah, combat is somewhat simplistic, especially with only 2 cars. If you get more cars, it gets a little bit more interesting, but it still is kind of stale. Actually, it's not too fancy. 1 second. Okay, there we go. Sorry. A light pulse laser. We get good loot here. That's nice. We don't have cars to put it on though. We have 2 weapons we cannot use right now. So anyway. So yeah, the combat gets more interesting with more cars, but it's still kind of simplistic. Like there's not much micromanagement you have to do or anything. Yeah, fight. Engage. No. Wait. Ready weapons. Okay, there we go. Seems like we are fighting privateers this time. Let's see if we can make him run into that obstacle. That should actually work. There we go. We stunned him and now he cannot dodge it and we'll take some damage from it. There we go. Very nice. And now we try to... there's a mine. Come on, dodge it. No, that's not gonna work. God damn it. Didn't saw it coming. That was just my lack of attention though. Choop, choop. Well, we deal so much damage, it's pretty good. Oh, wait, there's another car. Stay here. He has a shield, which is not too great. Oh, he's a mine layer. Oh, that's where the mine was coming from. I should be careful about that. So he's trying to put mines in my way. We can maybe abuse that, actually. So he has, like, a AoE attack. We can probably somewhat abuse that. I think we get him into this mine here. That's pretty good. Nice! There we go. Okay, there's a wall down here. You can barely see the signal because of the webcam. So let's try to take out that mine car. Actually, we might... Yeah, we stun him and he should crash into the wall. That should work. No, wait, don't move. Stay back. There we go. Okay, good. That was a good fight. Thanks, I guess. Okay, so yeah, so that's combat. I think combat. We had enough combat now. So let's actually talk about the random events you get. So the random events, most of them have the same structure. Most of them are like you can either avoid the event, and just ignore it, or activate the event by stopping your convoy, talking to someone, attacking someone, whatever, answering on the radio. And if you do that, it has randomized outcome, which can be good or bad, and those can be very, very random. They're sometimes, like, most of them are kinda okay-ish in borders, basically, but in one playthrough I had an event which gave me two extra cars just for free. 2 cars, and they were super freaking strong. Like, they were really strong. They were way stronger than the 2 cars I had, and they were way stronger than all the cars the enemies had. And from then on, every event, every fight I had was super easy, and I just screwed everyone. Without those cars, you get in really heavy fights sometimes, or hard fights. I'm pretty lucky this run so far, so I'm doing pretty fine. This is a good run. Most of the time, I game over way earlier, because, as I said, you can get in really hard fights, and, well, but if you get those super lucky events where you get 2 totally overpowered cars, for example, it gets way easier. On the other hand, though, a few events later in the same game, I got an event which just destroyed one of my cars completely without me having any impact on it. Like, I could have avoided the event, but I didn't know it could blow up my car. And it did, so it destroyed one of my good cars, which was very unfortunate. So there are 2 sides of the coin. You can get super lucky or super unlucky, and both are pretty extreme from time to time. Most of the events are not, but it feels like if you don't get those super lucky events, it's pretty hard to actually finish the game. The game gets tough really, really quickly. Maybe I'm just bad at it, but it feels like it's very, very hard. Let's actually jump out of the game and take a look at the option menu and at the new game menu and stuff to show you what you can do. So first, the option menu, it's kind of good and kind of bad. We have separate sound sliders, which is really nice, and we can control the camera shake, which is good as well, because some people might be annoyed by the shaky screen. We can switch between window and full screen. We actually have 2 full screen modes. One is border, which means there will be black bars around the game, and one stretch, which will stretch the game to your full screen. There's no borderless window mode, which is unfortunate, but having window and full screen mode is enough, I guess. I always like borderless window mode, but most of the games don't have it, unfortunately. However, there's something missing here. Yeah, no resolution options, which is a little weird. Yeah, it actually sucks pretty hard not having resolution options in a PC title, but yeah, whatever. Besides that, the game doesn't need any graphic options, like, yeah, any 3D stuff or anything, because it's 2D, so obviously that should be okay. Anyway, so let's take a look at the new game button. If we go to a new game, we can choose multiple things. First, we can change the difficulty. The difficulty, as from what I've seen, or what I've experienced so far, only affects your starting resources, so your parts and your fuel. If you run out of fuel, you're actually in trouble. You will not game over instantly, but there will be, like, you're stuck in that place wherever you ran out of fuel, and then there will be random events following each other, and those random events can give you fuel, for example, if you pay for it or if you fight someone. However, they can force you into fights as well, and those can kill you, obviously, so you're not making any progress without fuel. You're just sitting there, and random events will pop at you, so you want to avoid to run out of fuel, obviously. So the next thing we can choose is our MCV. However, there's only one unlocked from the start, and I did not manage to unlock any other. You have to defeat some mini bosses and stuff like that to unlock the other ones. And then the same goes for your starting vehicles. You can change them, but I did not unlock them yet because I did not get far enough. So it feels like this game's pretty hard, and it takes you some time and some luck to actually unlock anything to make progress. I have the feeling that those unlocked vehicles or those other MCVs will actually be somewhat stronger than your starting stuff, so you basically make meta progression, but only if you make actually any or reach any goals in game, because you only unlock stuff if you fight bosses. For me, that's a little too random, if you ask me. So yeah, I don't know. I got pretty frustrated. The combat is not interesting enough for me to go on, basically, and wait for good events to make progress. And it takes a while. And it's not a bad game, not at all. The mechanics are cool. The world seems pretty interesting. The writing is actually pretty good, in my opinion. I like it. I got compelled. Well, I'm compelled by it. But the combat is just too simplistic to get me through this randomness, those roguelite, heavy roguelite elements, basically, the game has. So, yeah, I played it for I think 2 hours and was enjoying it, but after that I got too frustrated, and I will probably not touch it again from now on. It's not a bad title though, and some people might enjoy the randomness quite a lot. So yeah, if you're interested in the game, it releases on the 21st of April on Steam. The link will be in the description below, and I guess thanks a lot for watching, have fun, and see you next time.